Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We are here for episode number 31. My name is Christian Dragonetti, and I'm joined, as always, by Australian PGA professional, Mr. Joel Mitchell. Joel, mate, how you doing?
Very good, and you?
Pretty good, mate. Pretty good. Things are looking up. It was the title of our last week's episode. And before we go any further, I just want to give a quick shout out to Noah, who left a comment on our episode 29.
Yeah.
Noah commented and said, I feel a 13 under coming for Christian in the next little while, because we'd been talking about how things were progressing and everything, and then literally the next week go and have 40 points.
There's your 59
So Noah,
sort of thing.
There's your 59.
Yeah.
So Noah, that one was for you, mate.
Good
So
boy,
that was a
good
great
boy.
little comment. I saw that a couple of days after we recorded episode 30, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I'd have seen
Noah's
that.
one of the juniors at Rosanna, isn't
Correct,
he?
yeah.
Noah Guest, I think his name is.
Correct, yeah. But yeah, I saw that little
Good
comment
boy.
there, Noah, and it was it really lifted my spirits, mate. So thanks for that.
Good boy.
Recent rounds. Let's get stuck straight into it.
Yeah.
When was the last time you played?
So my last round was yesterday. So you're hearing this on the Friday. So my last round was the Monday
Sweet.
of this week. It was a good bit of fun. The last comp round I played, was like 2 weeks ago. But we've already covered
Would have
that.
almost been NSW.
Yeah. That would have been the last comp round I actually played. But
So you just went out for a bit of a hit
So
yesterday?
yesterday I went out to Henley at Heritage for the first time in probably before winter. Like I haven't been out to Henley in ages.
We've played there about 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago.
No, I think it was that might have been the
a
last
bit
time
more.
we played it. Yeah,
End
I think
of
it was a
May,
bit more
start of
than that.
June?
Yeah, I think it was a bit more than that. But yeah, so I went out there and I haven't seen the place in a while. I knew it was a bit drier than St John is, and yeah, it was amazing. They had it in such good nick. It was nice and green.
Beautiful.
Greens were beautiful, and I brought one of the Rosanna members out, Jason. He plays off 16 and he started par birdie.
Nice.
Right, I'm like,
And
you're
1, 2, 3,
you're taking the piss.
1, 2, and 3 at Henley aren't easy holes either.
All you have to do is hit it a straight ball off the tee, off 1, 2, and 3, and you can start hot.
Yeah.
and then you just got to hang on for the rest of the 9, and then you can go kind of low on the back 9. But
6
anyway.
is the one with the dead tree in it.
Yeah,
That's such a
yeah,
sick hole.
it's such a good hole. That's such a good golf hole. But anyway, and do you know ex Carlton Ruckman, Matt Cruiser?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came out with us as well,
Oh, cool.
which was cool. A
Name
little
drop?
bit of- what's that?
It's a little name drop.
Just a little name drop, Matthew Cruiser. If you, I did mention this, but I don't think we really took any notice or even mentioned the pod at all. But
Yeah.
he's not much of a golfer. Last time he played was before his daughter was born 5 years ago, almost to the day.
Wow.
From Monday. So yeah, he wasn't showing up to play anything
Just coming for a
special.
hit.
Just coming for a whack. And we sat in a cart and I picked his brain about just footy in general.
Yeah.
After his career and yada yada yada. But
Yeah,
anyway,
awesome.
and yeah, I think I shot 1 under par. I think it was. So we were just sort of cruising around playing a little best ball cart versus cart sort of thing. So it was a little bit of fun, but yeah,
Perfect.
just trying to dial the swing in and spent a lot of time out on the golf course today. Which
Yeah,
was
we
good,
did. We did.
which was good. Oh well, we spent an hour and a half at Heidelberg, but I was at Heritage from 9:30 in the morning through to about 4 o'clock.
So really
3:30.
just dialing it in.
It was really just engaging the mind, really getting the mind in play, really.
Because
if
you've got
that's the word.
Q School coming up, and we are going to talk about that in a little while. We've got a couple of things we
let's
want to
do
do.
let's do your recent round, and then I'll do 10 minutes of Q School prep,
Okay, sweet.
and then
So
we'll go on to our topic.
I had a couple of rounds on the weekend. Sunday was just a little bit of a hit and giggle with a mate of mine out at Freeway Golf. I've never seen the place before, neither had my mate Tom, and I was a little bit impressed. I kind of enjoyed it.
It's a good little fun dinky
It's a
one.
good
isn't
little
it?
fun track, and I
a
love
little dinky one.
I love courses like that, little public tracks where it's piss easy to get onto and cheap and reasonably good nick. Greens were slow and fluffy,
Oh,
but
that's
I mean
public
they
golf,
do that more to protect them than anything else.
Public golf, man.
Public golf, but we had a laugh, we had a bit of fun. The two boys we played with were having a little match, and we were just keeping intrigued with how they were going. Good little fun. But Saturday I played at Heidelberg, normal round. It was stroke. Medal, I had net 73.
Good, stable.
Stable, had a putt on 18 for par, which would have been net 72,
Right,
and missed it. So
solid.
solid golf.
Yeah.
Disappointing just with how the round finished because just too many bogeys. Couple of issues off
Just
the
soft
tee.
stuff.
Soft bogeys. No doubles on the
Good.
card, which
Good.
I was more happy
That's a round
with.
saver.
100%.
They're round savers.
No doubles on the card is honestly, it's a goal I've had in the back of my mind for the last 3 months. And I think Saturday was the first time I've done it in a while.
I mean,
And I was really happy with myself for that. But
Yeah.
just a lot of soft bogeys. Poor position off the tee, and then the shot is wasted getting out of trouble.
yeah, exactly. It just
rather
snowballs
than-
from there.
Correct. And then, instead of being on the green, trying to two-putt for par, you're two-putting for bogey.
Yeah, of course.
So
Of course.
these things happen. But back to you, mate, Q School. We're actually heading out to Mount Derrimut on Friday.
We are. So
And we're really keen for that.
the last time I was out there, I went with the old man. That was before I went to New South.
You spoke about it a little bit on the pod in a previous episode.
I mentioned them. They were. It's like I've always enjoyed it out there. They've been really accommodating. I know a few boys out there. They always set the joint up really well. Like I've always said it. I like the actual golf course itself and the way it's set up and the environment out there and the condition of the place is unreal. It's just in the worst spot.
Yeah.
Like plonk it in the middle of like Heidelberg and Rosanna's area. Like chuck it in like a bit more tree lined and a bit more atmosphere in terms of nature. It'd be unreal.
Yeah, cool.
It's just surrounded by industrial and freeways, and
Yeah.
it sucks. But
You got to make the most of what you got.
exactly, you're still playing on a golf course at the end of the day. But it's left a taste of lollies in my mouth always because I've played well there. I've always
Yeah.
played well there, and I've shot some real low numbers. So it's already a positive feeling. No matter how I'm hitting it going onto that first tee, I can always feel like I know where I'm hitting the ball. So, we're heading out there Friday.
And I'm really excited. I've not seen the place before, but you've
Yeah.
spoken really highly of it, and you had
Yeah.
some good scores there recently. And they've engaged with us
Yes.
as a podcast as well a little bit, and
Yeah,
we're
it's
hoping
awesome.
to
Shout
sort
out-
of keep that relationship going and sort of push it further. And who knows where it could take us?
Yeah,
but
well, exactly. The guys in the shop and the general manager there, you would have seen on our story or Mount Derrimut story that they did a little interview.
Yeah.
So that's all they did. They just sort of asked about what was coming up, how I was feeling about it, and it was a good little thing. I didn't initiate that. They sort of just found out
Asked
that I
to
was
do it.
playing the event, and they go, "Hey, do you want to do this?" and sort of a bit of promotion. I'm like, "Yeah, awesome. Let's do it. Why not?" So I gave them the contact for the pod,
Yep.
stuff like that. They shouted us out, and we shouted back and forth. So hopefully we can do something like that on Friday, especially
that'd be
because then
good.
both of us will be there.
absolutely.
We'll be able to do a bit of promotion on both ends.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've got that driving range there that's are fully equipped with a couple simulator tracking like top tracers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
cool, okay.
They do a lot of fittings and stuff, and they have a few boys out there coaching. But so Friday should be good. And then the week after is go time.
Is Asian Tour Q School.
Yes. So that's first stage, 1 of 6. You only have to pass one of them. So there's
Right.
1 here, 2 in the States, 4 in Thailand. There's 4 rounds, top 18% go to then the final stage, which is in December. It's in Wai Hin, it's called, and it's like Lakeview Country Club. If you want to look it up and have a look at it, I've done some research on it. And fucking hell,
Yeah.
this place looks nuts.
Oh, really?
Like it's off its head. It's exactly what you'd think here in Lakeview. Like,
Yeah, okay.
It's like water lined. It kind of reminds me of Sawgrass.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of the vibe I got from it. Like big height, like real tall trees. Like
Yeah.
not much shrubbery shit. It's just either tall trees or water. That's sort of what it looks
I'm gonna
like.
have to look it up. This is
So hopefully I looked up the right thing, but that's pretty much what it came up with. I'm like, oh boy, gotta hit it straight.
Uh-oh.
But it looks really good. I've never played overseas before, and this is assuming I, of course, get into make it through first stage. But I'm not really planning on doing anything other than passing. So or making
where
it
is
through.
it? Where's Lakeview?
Lakeview, Wahin, Huahin. It's a bit of a weird pronunciation, but
Okay.
I couldn't
leave it
really
with me.
find much on it, but I think it's Lakeview.
Lakeview Golf Club.
Yeah, that must be it.
All right, keep going.
anyway,
I'm just
it's
looking it up in the background.
So I'll just run you through sort of the procedure of Q School. All it really is. So those 4 rounds, I believe there's a cut after round 3. I think that cuts it back to if it exceeds 60 players, but there's 60 players and ties or 50 players and ties. It's something like that. And then 18% of those final round players then go through to final stage. So if there's, for example, 60 players in that final round which is Friday, so a week from today when you're listening to this, 18% of 60, something. It's eight or nine spots sort of thing. We'll make it through. Last year there was some real low numbers. Lockie Barker won Asian Tour Q School first stage last year. Setting a course record in that first round as well.
Set a course record. Far out.
I was only one off it like the other week as well. He shot 64.
Yeah, right. Okay. So it's still
it's definitely gettable, but it's when they put it off the tips and sort of quicken the greens up a little bit, it can be a bit tricky. It is a little sort of the greens are a little bit funky sometimes.
Yeah.
But other than that, the course plays really well. So I'm excited to get through that. Then December's crunch time. It's a lot more. I think it's a lot more complicated. There's 5 rounds, I believe. Round 3 cut, round 4 cut, and then top 35 players in the final standings then get a full tour card. And I think after that, top 35 to 50, you get a certain amount. Top 50 to top 70 or something like that. So as long as you make it to that final round, you'll get something, and then that top 35 gets everything.
Yeah, cool.
So obviously that aim is that top 35. That'd be absolutely life changing.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, get through that. I'll be over there for 6 to 8 months of the year, competing and playing, and all it takes is one good result, and it's just life changing in terms of financials and in terms of the different pathways it can take you down. So, look, it's as amazing as it will be to do it first go. Like my boss has always said, mate, it's a fucking tough gig. So he goes, it's going to be unreal experience if you don't, but if you do, well, that's a bonus. So
absolutely,
that's all I'm really hanging on. So I'm not really setting myself up that this is like the be all end all.
No,
but it's going to be a fucking massive boost if I do. So,
and I think just quickly before we move on, I think I might be wrong in saying this, but seeing you go through Oz Tour Q School earlier this year, I feel like there was a slight instance where you did kind of put all your eggs in that basket, just for a brief moment, not for the whole time. And it was like, and because we'd spoken during the rounds and during the tournament and stuff, and I could hear the disappointment in your voice when things didn't go that well.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of knew, all right, he kind of was expecting a little bit more out of this than he might have let off.
Yeah, correct.
But if you're saying that coming into Asian Tour Q School is obviously it's a bigger tour.
It's 3 times the size,
if not more. The Oz Tour is fantastic, but Asian Tour has such like direct pathways to European, to the PGA Tour, and more distinct pathways.
Well, the Asian Tour is co-sanctioned with the British Open and the US Open, so if you're doing well enough on the Order of Merit or the money lists, bang straight in.
So
top dogs get a start in those. Which
absolutely, and even that's like another massive step.
That's
away.
another big step in itself.
Let's find the bus stop first before we get on board. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But look, I think if you're saying that you're not really putting all those eggs in that basket for this time around, I think it's a much more positive mindset of yours to just focus on that. But no, it's going to be good, man. I'm keen to get out to the joint and see what it's like on Friday at Derrimut. And it's going to be a good experience for us, and see how we're because I've not seen you play at these big events or at the venues of these big events.
Yeah,
I've seen you
something.
Heritage. I've seen you play. The last time I watched you play in like a big tournament would have been maybe state champs the first year.
No, probably Pennant.
Pennant, yeah, probably Pennant.
Oh, if you want to put that as a big event,
yeah, but like. But that was at Heidelberg.
That size of competitive sort of golf.
I caddied for you at state champs the first year of your traineeship out at Kingston Heath.
That wasn't a traineeship.
Oh, not
that was an amateur event.
Oh, an amateur event.
That was
even still.
Fuck.
That was a long time ago.
That was ages ago. Yeah.
And that was probably the last time I saw you in the flesh play at a big event like that, because I've always been working or whatever.
I think it was like the Vic Amateur or something.
Yeah, Vic. That's right. Vic Am. That's right. Sorry, my mistake. At KH, and that was a sick day. That was
awesome. Yeah.
So it's going to be good for me to see you on Friday at Mount Derrimut in this environment where you're going to play an event, so I can tell, and I'll be able to tell in the first 2 holes, like if you're on or not.
Oh yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because like in that environment, in that venue,
it's a different mindset. You'll see like a little bit of a switch flick, whether I play good or not. You'll see it. You'll see it in the body language and stuff like 100%. that. I'll be using different cues to sort of scout out how I'm going to play a shot. And like I did that when I played with my old man. but it was a bit more of a bit more of a free hit. Just as like I haven't seen the place in ages.
Correct.
So it's just more like, okay, what's this do? What's this do? What's this do? And now I sort of understand that. It's definitely going to be. I'm definitely going to be. It's a different plan of attack, essentially. So
Yeah, good.
It's just a slightly different plan of attack.
Well, again, and like I said, you're going to have a red hot crack at it. We're not, the expectations are to perform well,
Yeah, of course,
always,
of course.
but you're not hung up on it too much.
No,
And just even tonight,
Yeah,
we were at Heidelberg this afternoon. You were giving short game Mike a lesson. I was
Yeah.
just hitting balls around you, just,
Yeah.
hanging out. And I could just tell you're in a much more relaxed
yeah, it's a bit calm.
environment. You're much more, your demeanor's a lot easier than it was. At
Probably a bit more
end of April.
accepting. I was very. The maturity level probably wasn't there because it was just inexperience. Like especially that first Q school back early in the year, it was like I was shitting a fucking brick that first day, and like I somehow made birdie on that first day when it was pissing rain sideways. Like I made birdie on that first hole going, and like it didn't really feel like that. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was sort of still at the end result. I was still thinking, oh yeah, I'll piss her. Okay, final stage next week.
Yeah.
Like I was already there in the first fucking hole. It's like,
Yeah.
no. Like I sort of lost my way a little bit in that first round, and then I had to sort of fight, I guess, fight too much instead of being in a clearer headspace, instead of being in the present sort of thing. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to do this time around because I've sort of been in that on that stage already, and like I haven't done it a million times, but once
You've been on
once
that
is
stage
enough to sort
already.
of understand. So
You've been on that stage already and you've performed to the best of your abilities in the conditions you're presented with, and it hasn't gone that well. So I think this time around, you just throw all sort of performance expectations in front of you and go, right, this is how I want to play.
yeah.
If that gets me somewhere,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's just showing from the start. I always fall in the trap of getting conservative in first rounds of every event. Every event I play, I reckon every state champ, every national championship, every fucking Vic Amateur, Australian Amateur, whatever. Every big event I've played, anything that's lasts more than a fucking one day, I've always had like a real sort of grindish struggle on the first day because I'm conservative, getting too conservative, going don't fuck it up in the first round. So, and that's not me. I'm very aggressive. I always take it on and, taking driver or something like that, or having a crack at a green or whatever it is, or firing at a pin. So on those sort of days, on those first days, I've always fallen into the trap of not getting aggressive,
Yeah,
of getting conservative and trying to get steery with it, and then I make more mistakes.
correct.
So I sort of, not saying in that first round next week that, I do get conservative or, do get overly aggressive because
Yeah.
that can lead to trouble as well. But it's more just trying to find that happy medium of when to fire and when to not.
Of course.
So just got to figure that out. And the good thing is
Absolutely.
my boss is on the bag, so Luke will be able to keep that head level, and he's been there, done that with all that tour stuff and the pro
That's sick.
ranks. And so
I didn't know
he's-
Luke was going to jump on your bag for Q School. That's
It's gonna be awesome.
That's sick.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I might have to
I
try
think
and-
he's just as excited as I am.
Might have to try and line up an RDO to come out and watch you play.
yeah. A few are apparently. So
Very good. Now, obviously, we're wishing you the best of luck. When is it?
Tuesday through to Friday.
Next
so you're
week.
hearing this Friday. So this coming Tuesday is round 1 through to Friday. Of course, if you make it there, but Tuesday through to Friday is first stage.
Sweet. All right. Well, best of luck, mate. We are all obviously pulling for you,
yeah.
and we hope that things get,
Absolutely.
things come up roses, which would be nice.
Yeah, 100%.
But we'll be here to
What do you
chat
do?
about it in
following
next
week.
week's episode.
Yeah,
So
correct.
that'll be good.
Correct.
Now we spent a little bit of time last week.
was it last week or the week before?
It was last week,
It was
episode
last week.
30.
It was last week's episode.
We
Yeah.
spent a little bit of time discussing an instance where that previous week I'd gone and purchased a couple of Gatorades that were a bit overpriced at the golf club. And it sort of went off into a tangent, and we sort of said, right, we're going to park this and we're going to pick it up again next week.
Yeah. So
And
here we
come up with some examples.
So
and
here
so
we
here we are. Now, I went back because this is a pretty recent chat. We actually spoke about this in episode 26. And that was the week where you had your Scotty on the table,
Oh, yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
that chat was more based on equipment
Yeah.
and the limited stuff that Scotty's and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So
But
it's
it-
all like that premium shit that
Exactly,
everyone gets. Everyone, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, you know, it was more, like I said, equipment based. So fittings versus off the rack.
Yeah, of
and
course.
Price points and second hand.
So
and
what's
all
your
that.
point with this one?
I want to talk about like the general
White
golfing.
chocolate bars now cost $4.
Not even that. But the general golf experience, because
Oh, right.
I've thought about this a fair bit.
Yeah.
And it actually has made 0 sense to me why certain things are the way they are, particularly here in this country. Because from all accounts, you go overseas and pay a green fee, and they are expensive,
Yeah.
but it includes things like a cart
Yeah.
or range balls.
Yeah.
Whereas here, you pay for everything.
Yeah, you pay for everything individually.
Everything individually.
Yeah.
Right? And so I look back at Sunday. I played at Freeway. I paid $43 for that round of golf.
Yeah.
And yes, that golf course is largely, it's around the new Northeast Link and it's construction everywhere. So there's like 7 par 3s or 6
Yeah,
par
right.
3s. So
Yeah,
it's a shortened golf course for a
Yeah.
lot of different reasons, right? But the condition of the golf course for $43 was unbelievable.
Yeah, good.
Green, solid, consistent, like a lot greener than my own golf club at Heidelberg. Heidelberg's got that little bit of a
So
tinge.
visually it was appealing.
Visually, it was so appealing. I walked out from the car park and I'm like, fuck, this looks all right, right? But then, you know, I look at Berg and it's got that tinge of brown still because the grass is a bit dormant.
Yeah, a
it's
little bit
going to
dormant.
come to life in the next sort of 3 to
Yeah,
4 weeks, and it's
yeah.
going to be great.
Yeah.
Greens are pure, that's fine,
Yeah, mint.
right? But then I got thinking about, because we obviously play a lot of golf at Heritage,
Yes.
right? And you remember
Yes.
there, you have been for about almost a year,
Yeah, 9 months.
9 months or so, and I've been out there half a dozen times,
Yeah.
half a dozen
Yeah, I'd
times,
say that. Yeah.
and as a guest, you don't have guest passes,
No.
right? So I have to pay.
No. They used to.
Used
They
to have guest passes.
Trying to, and then still trying to find their feet.
And I solidly, strongly believe that all golf clubs should have guest passes for their members.
Yeah.
That's a way to
yeah,
generate.
like a half price sort of thing, or
At
something,
Heidelberg,
or
I get
something,
6 free guest passes.
or something. Yeah, really.
I pay you get 5, but if
Yeah.
you pay me membership on
Yeah.
time, you get an extra 1.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
use them. Not many members do.
Yeah.
But I can bring 6 of my mates out all throughout the year for free. Use a guest pass. I don't have to pay. It's a way to drum up some interest. It's a way to get them
Well,
a good
it's
round of golf.
exposure.
It's exposure.
It's exposure. Because if you bring someone out for free and they go, "Oh, I got a free round out of this. Hey, this place is fucking good. I got a free round." What else do they do?
What else do they do?
Then before you know it,
Well, how much is their membership?
They're sold.
Correct.
They're sold.
And so
Yeah, it's a
you
good way
told
to do
me
it.
when you joined Heritage, I was keen to go out and see it because I heard a little bit about it, and you raved about it, and it was looking really good. And I mean, I've only played it during winter,
Correct. Yeah, that's the problem.
which is half the problem. But it leads me to my first point that being in winter, golf courses, and not just big ones, all golf courses should charge based on the condition of the golf course.
Yeah. Yeah,
In my opinion.
yeah, within reason. Like
Within
if,
reason.
If you get to a golf course and you have to pay a full fee and the greens are cord, shove it up your ass. It should be half
Correct.
price or something. Or
Now-
there should be leniency with that. I agree with that.
What is the green fee currently at Heritage? $125 bucks?
120?
120, 125
I
bucks?
think 120.
It was the public holiday rate up until about 2 months ago.
Yeah. So I think a lot of places going into the new financial year have like jumped up a few percent,
Hiked up
on
the prices.
on certain things, which
Because I remember
fluctuation, I guess.
I remember paying $100 before the 30th
yeah,
of June,
yeah,
and then it went to 120,
yep,
which it's $120.
yeah.
To some, you're probably thinking, going, "Oh Jesus, like $120, that's a lot
Yeah,
for a round of golf. It's a lot of money."
as an experience, if you go on there once every maybe 6 months or once a year, shove it up. It's like, come on, suck it up. But
And then again, like
like,
with the last time we played it, $120, and then we go out there and it's preferred lies,
yeah. So that's the downfall.
and
It's-
they're punching the greens while we're out there.
correct.
So
That's
I'm
the
thinking,
downfall.
I'm literally looking at you, going, "You didn't tell me this was happening."
Neither did I. I
Right?
didn't know.
And so my thought process had quickly shifted to go, right, well, for a golf course under repair, which is essentially what that is, I thought that maybe you could knock not half the price off,
No.
but a good percentage.
Just give it a
if
little
they
bit
had
of
to charge
leniency.
me that Sunday that we played with Michael after the engagement party, right?
Yeah.
If they'd have charged me $90 for that round, I'd have been pretty happy.
Yeah,
Save
yeah,
yourself
yeah.
$30,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
oi, by the way, guys, they're core in the
Yeah,
greens
preferred lies or
as we speak,
Yeah.
and it's preferred lies.
yeah.
Bunkers are out of play.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Those sorts of things where you're not getting the full experience of the golf course. If you're getting the full experience of the golf course, like it's primo, middle of summer, and it's like you're getting the last tee time on the day because like it's that busy.
Yeah.
You pay the full price.
Yeah, you're paying full price. You're taking up spots and
Absolutely.
No, I agree with you.
Right.
It's like should there be seasonal prices?
100%.
So there's full fees in spring and summer, and in autumn and winter it's knocked. Take 25% off
Yep.
or something. Is that
Absolutely.
what you're asking?
Absolutely. And as soon as the golf course
Everywhere.
isn't considered, sorry,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah, right.
As soon as the golf course isn't considered in optimal condition or best condition, drop the price.
Okay.
Or when it's like bad enough that it's going to affect your experience.
Yeah,
Because the last thing I want to do
For
is
a
pay
gue-
100
for a guest, yeah.
For a guest. The last thing I want to do is pay $100 for a round, and then all I hear is fucking
Yeah. You're out
Under
there
my
and there's
feet.
puddles and
puddles, and it's standing water again. I'll walk to the other fairway and try that one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do that.
it would be everywhere.
It'd be everywhere, right? I also feel like that's just the first point. All right. We've also played, and I'm using Heritage a lot, and I'm not taking, I wanted to be made perfectly clear. I'm not having a go at
No.
Heritage.
It's the first thing that like came to
I'm
mind.
having-
Well, it's the first place you've gone, other than your own golf club, that you've had to pay a green fee of such significance.
That isn't a sandbelt or a pin-inch
Correct.
golf course.
So in that sense, yeah, that like I agree.
I'm
with you.
only
I
using
think-
it as an example,
Yeah, correct.
right?
Correct.
There was another time at Heritage where you and I teed off really early in the morning, and we got told for the first 9 holes, hey, it's cart path only.
Well, I'm trying to jog the memory.
We played, it was like a Thursday morning. I had an RDO, came out and had a hit, and then we came in here and recorded. And the guy, you rang the pro shop, and the guy's like, yeah, just until like the water's off or the dew's off the grass, just like car path only.
Was that at Henley?
This is St. John.
It was St. John.
It was St. John. And I was like, okay,
I remember that
that's
now.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, again, that's another perfect excuse. So if you're gonna force people, golf courses that are gonna force people to go cart path only, or golf courses that will force players to only use golf carts, which is a big thing in the States, right? Golf carts should be included.
Yeah, raise the fee just a smidge, but yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
So if again in prime conditions, I'm creating a hypothetical here. If you and I went down and played the dunes,
Yep.
right? And it's the middle of summer, and they go, boys, we've got that much traffic. Everyone's in carts. We've got a brand new fleet of 125 carts. Everyone's in carts. It's up the green fee by $15. That's acceptable, I'd say. Because the green fees at the dunes are about that $95 mark. So all of a sudden you're paying $110, but you get a cart as well. That's not terrible. But if you're going, right, green fee's $95 plus the cart's $55
Yeah.
and you have to use it, you
Yeah.
can't walk,
Yeah.
come on.
I kind of no. I see what you mean with that.
Right?
I see what you mean.
It's
with
about getting the best value, obviously, for your money, but also the best
course.
value of your experience.
that. Yeah. For the
Right?
for the guest rate. Yeah.
For the guest rate. And I'm
Correct.
talking about being a guest at these
correct.
clubs.
Yeah.
Right? At Heidelberg, as far as I'm aware, I haven't used a card at Berg for a long time in a round. I think it's $35 for a
Yeah.
card, which is pretty standard.
Yeah.
Pretty,
It'd probably
pretty reasonable.
it'd probably be 40 for guests. Maybe
40,
Oh, I don't
35,
know.
$40, as much as $45 at most.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I can't imagine it's more than that.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. They preserve the golf course. They keep you out of certain areas that
Correct.
are, under repair or whatever it might
Correct.
be. Makes sense. But we also don't force people to use them,
No.
right? I don't think there's too many clubs
There's-
in Melbourne, especially, that would force.
There's golf clubs that recommend carts.
Uh-huh.
Definitely recommend carts. Like there's a couple peninsula courses that go on. You can walk, but you're gonna fucking struggle.
We're playing St Andrews Beach in a few weeks. Me and a couple of the boys from work.
Tough walk.
It's a very tough walk. And my old boss, James, was booking it, and he goes, yes, I will walk it. I'm like, no, we won't.
Yeah.
I'm like, not the day before the grand final public holiday,
Yeah,
which
correct.
is when we're
You're gonna
playing.
be
I'm
busted.
like, it's going to be pretty hot. I was like, no, carts. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay, done.
Yeah.
So-
Those I don't think I've ever. I'm trying to think of the only place that will given like had to use carts.
I honestly, I haven't come across it myself. It's more, I've come across the instance more where it's,
I don't know.
Or hypothetically, on the flip side, right? If your golf course, and it comes back to the same condition thing, right? If you go and play at a golf course and they go, right, there's no carts today, 0. That'd be the instant giveaway for them to go, it's a reduced rate though. The course is in that poor a condition. We can't have
It's
carts
so
out there.
wet or something
It's
like
so
that.
wet we can't
Yeah.
have carts out there. So you know what? We're going to knock 20% off the price.
Yeah, or something. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
$30 off the whatever it might be. That'd be the prime example of when to do it.
Just show. Yeah, maybe just show a little bit of leniency, and
Right.
like they could sort of
I've
chop
told,
and change it. or
I've told
something
this
like
story
that.
before on this podcast. It was early. So if you've heard this story, you've been around for a while and I appreciate it.
Yeah, hats off to you.
I got a crazy golf deal voucher to go and play at Club Mandalay a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And me and my mate Nathan went out and played. Winch, if you're listening. And we get there and the guy's like, yep, sweet, no worries, booked it in, tea time, da-da-da-da-da. And he goes, we get there on the day and he goes, right, boys, just letting you know, they've punched the greens 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, 2 weeks ago, it's a fair whack of time. Like, it's like you saw the
Yeah.
greens today, they've been punched at
Yeah.
Heidelberg. They weren't that bad.
No, they
I was
were right.
expecting something similar after
Yeah.
2 weeks, if not slightly better than what we had today.
2 weeks, you usually see the greens at their worst. 'Cause
Yeah,
the grass
and
has
that's what
grown
you
a little
said.
bit.
That's what you said
Yeah,
last time, right?
Grass has grown a little bit.
And I'm like, okay, 2 weeks, like it'll be a bit furry, but it won't be that bad. Like, okay. We walk out onto the putting green, and this is where my the red flag started waving. Because no joke, there was a layer of sand that thick, like a couple of centimeters thick on the putting green. You're putting in a bunker, essentially. And I looked at Nathan and I go, mate, I hope they're all not like this. And it was like 2 players in a cart for like $100. So it was
That's
a
crazy,
good
yeah.
deal, right?
Yeah, that's
Club
crazy,
Mandalay
yeah.
is a good track. And
Yeah.
it's, very accessible.
Yeah.
And we played the first 6 holes. And I was like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
We went into the pro shop after 9 and I said, mate, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
I think we played maybe another. He's like, oh, keep going. I think that's better on the back 9. I think we played we played 10 and 11. I'd turn the cart around. I'm like, no, we're
you
going home.
can't do this.
Can't do this. Like, it's just, because I try, again, you try and play it seriously,
Yeah, of course.
even
and
though it's just a hit and giggle with a mate, and you can't do it because you
still can't enjoy it.
You're taking your backswing up to here with your putter just to hit it through the
You
sand.
still can't enjoy it.
No,
Yeah.
not even close. So I was
Yeah.
like, and at that point, you should have been told.
Yeah,
And you might,
exactly. Before you even booked, by the way,
They're gonna be-
would you still like the booking?
They're still going to, yeah, exactly. They're still going to be punched.
Yeah.
The third thing I want to bring up, and this is the
By the
last
way,
one.
just to disclose, this discussion is no dig at the individual golf club at all.
No, God,
This
no.
is just creating examples.
Correct.
And like
And
I played at Mandalay before, and the conditions usually very, very good.
And so have I. I played there before, but it was honestly, and this
It's
is the
just the
worst part about
experience.
it. That experience there and the lack of knowledge we had going into it led me to turn around and go, I probably won't come back for a long time. I could
Yeah.
be persuaded to go back soon.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of years.
Yeah, and your mind might be changed.
But the first thing I'm asking when I'm making the tee time is, what are the greens like?
yeah, yeah, correct.
When do you punch
Yeah,
them?
correct. So you've already got a sour taste in your mouth.
Correct,
And you know
right?
you need to be convinced otherwise.
And likewise, I got a sour taste in my mouth about Heritage for the price of the green fees.
well,
in the
you
middle, in
expected
the middle
it to
of
be
winter.
you expected it to be Augusta.
Absolutely.
And it was immaculate
Yeah.
still, but
It was
the
very,
expectations were through the roof.
it was
which is-
very good. It just wasn't $120 worth of golf course.
I disagree. I think it absolutely is. If you think
on the days we've played it, in the conditions they were in,
even still, I still disagree because it's the experience. If you say it's 120, not $120 worth, then you haven't actually appreciated the course for what is it for
Fair
what
enough.
it is.
Fair enough.
That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
It's a Nicholas Design Championship golf course that's hosted PGA Tour events, and
I'm not taking anything away from that.
I agree with you. We go off the fairway.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm like, I haven't brought him out on a day that's good.
Yeah.
Like I agreed with you. I agree going, fuck, he's paid this and we go in the rough and it's dropping and your shoes are wet and your buggy's muddy.
there's mud halfway up
Like
my
this
legs.
halfway up the leg and yeah, you're fucking wiping your ball every fucking shot. Like, yeah, I even thought that. I'm like, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Right. This is gonna it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't sit well with you because it's spongy.
And
you-
because of that immediate reactions and the immediate feedback you get from the golf course in that sense, where
Yeah,
it's
correct.
wet and muddy,
It's so hard to appreciate the rest of it.
You forget that it's a Jack Nicklaus design PGA Tour venue, like that.
Yeah.
Is, the greats have played there.
Yeah, because exactly.
and it's a great golf course.
Straight away, you're going quick, 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 and then your attention's on that now. And
Yeah.
then you step up on a tee and you can't even
Who
appreciate what the
cares?
golf course
Who
is.
cares who friggin' designed it?
Well,
At that point,
Oh, of course.
who cares?
Yeah. When it's that sick.
Yeah.
But I completely
What
agree
I
with you.
want to do
That's
and
why.
what we will do is we'll go play it in November.
Oh, correct. Yeah, 100%.
And I'll be
100%.
completely flipped, and I'll be like, yeah, 100% can see the value in
If
it.
you went and played Henley now, you'd be like, oh, I get it. And
I
like,
do, and Henley was a good track, and we played.
Oh,
it.
Henley's green as fuck now. It's crazy.
Perfect.
It's
All right,
crazy.
done.
It's dude. It's I stepped up onto the. We played the first like 4 holes yesterday.
Yep.
On Monday, and Jason, his name was brought out. He's a Rosanna member. He goes, "This is the best course I've ever played." He was like blown away, and even I'm like, "Fuck, I haven't seen it like this before." Like I genuinely, they've done so much work to Henley, but even like I'm like, neither have I.
Yeah, right.
I haven't seen it like this before. And he goes, "Is it always like this?" I'm like,
I don't know.
Yep. I'm like, because it was once again like when they went through their real rough patch that Henley had to be sort of neglected a little bit.
Yep.
And now they're sort of finding its feet again. And I was so impressed. I'm like, fuck, this is good. Like
Yeah,
I was
100%.
really like, oh my god, thank God we have 2 full golf courses now.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So, all right. Well, then it's
but-
also been a little while since I've been out there, right?
Yeah, St. John still just has the traffic damage. That's
Cool. So we will get out there, and by no means, like you said, we're not having digs at
No,
any of these
it's
places.
examples.
They're
examples.
they're examples. We're gonna go back and play it.
Oh,
It's
correct.
These are the experiences that we've had, and I'm sure that there's people listening who have had far worse experiences at these places that we're talking about, right? Or far greater experiences. They're gonna, if let us know in the comments.
Yeah, correct.
Honestly,
Yeah.
what your experiences are. But the third thing I wanted to bring up, and the last thing I will, range balls.
yeah.
Now, the term river pebble gets thrown around a lot, especially from you, right? It's a good one. I've started picking up on it.
No. I did, it wasn't even my thinking. Who it might have been Remy.
Okay, Rim, yeah, Rim might have brought it up in the
Might have
episode
been Remy
with
that
him.
came up, like said that at first one time, and I sort of just
He
I thought
would
it was
too.
funny.
He would.
I thought it was funny. I think it was
But-
Remy, so I'll give him the credit.
I would believe,
River.
and it's all dependent on the facility that you're at.
Yeah.
So if by chance, like Bundura Park, Royal Bundura, right, they've got a driving range on site.
Oh, do they?
Right? But you're paying $50 for a green fee. So I wouldn't expect to get range balls included.
Okay.
I'd expect to pay $10 for a bucket of balls or $20 for a bucket of balls on top of the green fee. Right? Because the green fee is not that expensive.
Yeah.
But at a place like, again, Heritage
Yeah.
like a Peninsula Golf Course
Like
or
a- yeah,
Peninsula
yeah.
Kingswood,
Yeah.
right?
Or down at a sandbelt or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
When the green fees are higher,
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect to.
Yeah. He's
wouldn't-
a ticket for 30 balls
yeah.
or something.
Complimentary.
don't
Yeah,
know.
and it's a perfect way, like it's the perfect piece of marketing for those golf courses to just go, you know what, guys? Complimentary bucket of balls.
Yeah.
Every guest, and just treat them the same
Just
way.
one. Like anything after that is obviously
Yeah, like look, if you want more,
$8
if
for
you
30
want
balls.
another bucket, you can go and just tap your card. It's $4, $5.
Yeah.
Go for it. But the first one's on us.
Yeah, first one's complimentary. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's 35 golf balls.
Yeah.
Go warm up before you round.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
If you've got time.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
I don't mind that at all.
I don't mind it either.
I like that.
I pay $2 for a token at Heidelberg.
Yeah.
You guys at Rosanna, I don't think charge.
No.
Don't
No.
charge for range balls. It's part of the membership. No. That's fine. Don't mind it.
Yeah.
The quality of the golf balls are meh.
Oh, there's the 70% balls. They're half
But
the
the
small
$2
flights.
the $2 that I pay and that all the members pay is to pay the kids to go pick them up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Just that tiny bit of maintenance for the machine and
You know, get the carts put away.
pay for balls.
Pay-
Pay for new balls at the end of the year.
Correct.
I don't know.
Whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But it's a small price to pay.
Yeah.
$7.50, $8, $10, $15
Yeah.
on top of 130 green fee.
Yeah.
Plus,
it's a bit
plus
steep.
2 Gatorades at $11,
Yeah.
plus a sausage roll at $8, or
Yeah.
a bacon and egg at $12.50.
Yeah, it's a $200 day.
It's a $200 day, and then if you go and have 100
Yeah. Yeah.
on a $200 day, you're driving home with like white knuckling the steering wheel, going fuck, not doing that again.
Yeah.
You have to sell the golf clubs online to make my money back. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not talking about like the individual items. I'm not talking about
It's the
this
whole
is too
experience
expensive.
itself.
I work in a chocolate factory. I'm not going to turn around and go cherry ripes are too expensive. Like that's
Yeah,
not what I'm.
yeah,
That's not
yeah.
what I'm doing. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's more about like these
It's
things.
the whole experience itself.
I really don't think that the primary thought process behind the people running the golf clubs is about the guest or the player's experience. I think that it's and you could argue that they're almost a bit too business minded
Almost.
How
Well,
can,
well, it-
how
it
can we
is-
make the most money out of these facilities? We
It's-
have a range. Sweet. We're going to
See-
charge for Ainsball. We have a great pro shop that's
flip,
huge.
Just to flip the sentence just a tiny bit, it's not how much money can we make, it's how much money can we not lose.
Correct. Okay, that's fair.
Golf clubs don't make money. They don't rake in $250,000 a year. That's not golf clubs don't do that. They just don't. They need to put their subs up enough and put everything to the point where they're like, cool, we've broken even. Cool, we've got a month left in the year. Let's do some sales. Let's put clothes to 50% off or something like that. Let's just try and break in a little bit, just have some pocket money. Cool, then go bang the next year. And that's sort of how clubs work. And you know, yeah, like you said, some places do have a great year in terms of subs, and you know they limit expenses in some way by dropping staff, and they're able to work it out that way. Beautiful. If they make money, cool. They're going to pump that joint back into the course. They're going to make some upgrades. They're going to do some renovations. They're going to put in bunker programs or something or fucking something.
Yeah.
So if you ever see your golf club redoing tee boxes, redoing bunkers, you know, upgrading a bit of the clubhouse, that's a fucking positive. That's a win.
That's a win.
It means your golf club is in a financial state good enough,
A strong financial state.
is comfy enough to go, right, beautiful. All right, we've put this aside in the budget. Cool. Let's do some courseworks. Let's make this joint better.
Yeah.
And let's the storage shed or something like that is a bit run down. Let's use this extra bit of pocket money. Let's build a cart shed for these members to use or something like that. So
Let's go upgrade the tractors or whatever.
so in terms of saying like subs might be too expensive now or something like that, if they did drop that, well, your experience would be dropped because the quality won't be as good. So it's sort of you get what you pay for, and then there's some things that are a bit overdone. I agree with. I completely agree with. There is some things that you're like, come on now. You got to like think of us. Like think of the membership base that's coming to experience this rather than you trying to stiff us for coin. Like I agree with that. There is some things that I'm like, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Am I really paying that for that? Like I only wanted one.
Yeah.
Like you're charging me for three. Like that's what it feels like sometimes. And yeah, I agree with it. It's like I said, for anyone that thinks that and I think it's different levels. Like of an experience. For someone that's like a beginner that doesn't really go to a golf facility all that often, they come out to Freeway or something like that and pay $50 for a round. They're like, oh, for fucking hell, $50 going out to here. Like they don't know any better.
They don't know any better.
But they're still like, fuck, $50 to play golf? Jesus. And to us, it's like, oh, that's pennies.
Yeah.
Like that's mint. And then for someone that does play that public golf and sort of scraps it around a little bit and goes and then comes to a private club like Heidelberg or Rosanna and pays $80 for a green feeler, $80, fuck. What's this joint? Fucking Royal Melbourne. Like that's how they think.
Yeah.
And then for yourself, and even if I wasn't in the position I am now, going to Heritage or going to a private sandbelt club and paying $140 a round, we're like, you fucking kidding? You're charging me that to play golf? Like it's just those different levels, and you get what you pay for.
The perfect example, and I'm going to finish this chat with this. You said it to me in the car this afternoon because we were discussing this topic and how we were going to go about it. And I think we've done a pretty good job.
Yeah. It's good discussion.
I've been busting Marcus's nuts for the last couple of months about having a game at PK.
Yeah.
And I spoke to him about it because we played together at Berg that day and he came out and it was just the two of us a few months ago.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I was like, when's it going to happen?
Yeah,
and he goes, mate, be patient.
Yeah.
I don't want you to come and experience it in the middle of winter, pay all that cash
Good boy.
to play it when it's wet.
Very smart.
He goes, daylight savings, warmer weather, we'll make a day of it. Come, because you're going to pay for it. It's going to be expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
And he warned me, and I'm happy to do it. But he goes, I want you to at least see it when it's really good.
Yeah, yeah. When you're paying for it, you want to see
He
it.
goes, because the price doesn't change. And
Yeah.
that's the big thing. The price doesn't change
Yeah, yeah.
for
That's everywhere, yeah.
condition-based golf
Yeah.
courses, right?
Correct.
And I think it should. And that's pretty much the sum of it. It's just
That's
like,
that's even like saying on like you get a decreased rate if the course is pure but it's pissing rain.
yeah.
Like drop $30 off the price. Like it can get messy.
I think you can't do it day by day.
Maybe you can do seasonal.
You could definitely do seasonal. So if
Maybe.
you said hypothetically, and we'll finish with this, we'll go into questions from the second cut.
Yeah.
If you said, right, from April 30 to September 1, right, it's 40% off.
Yeah,
So
whatever it is. Yeah,
it's $60 a round instead of 100,
yeah, yeah.
or $70 a round instead of 100.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do that. Yeah,
Let's do that. But outside of those times, The
It's a
green
full
fee's
fee.
$100.
Yeah, the weather's warmer. The course is going to be better.
Because we're expecting, and we're not guaranteeing, but we're going to try and deliver a better golf course during this time.
Yeah, because you can.
Because we can.
Yeah.
Because the weather allows us to.
And
if you rock up on a Monday,
Yeah.
right, and it's one of the holes is playing as par 3 because we're redoing a tee box. Sorry, if it's outside of that window, sorry, it's still $100.
Yeah, too bad.
Or if it's pissing sideways and you still want to go out there,
Yeah.
it's still $100.
Yeah,
man.
you've seen that weather forecast and going, nah, I'm still going to play.
Here's the blanket rule:
Yeah.
April 30 to September 1, cheaper fees. If it's not in that price point, sorry. But here's the other thing, right? Because you could get in that period of time, April 30 to September 1, you could get a 22-degree perler.
Yeah, get lucky.
Get lucky, and you might get a week of that, and it dries out a little bit.
Yeah.
It's still a little bit brown, but it dries out a little bit, and you go, oh, steel,
Yeah.
steel.
Yeah.
But then you could also, like you said,
Yeah.
rock up in the middle of November and it's hosing.
Yeah.
Just on the off chance.
Yeah.
And there's cracks of lightning. They're about to blow the siren. And
Yeah.
you go, fuck. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Just
You
can't-
knew.
can't control
You knew
the
there
weather.
were storms later in the afternoon. You
Can't
teed off at
control
1
the
o'clock.
weather.
You teed off at 1 o'clock and there were storms in the afternoon. You knew.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I don't hate that at all.
Let us know what you think because
It's-
I'd like
there's-
to know where people stand.
If
'cause
that was ever to be implemented at a golf club, there would have to be a lot of policies and behind the scenes work of how you would implement that. But the idea of it, I don't hate. I don't hate.
I'll preface it. I'll finish it off again for the fourth time by saying I'm very privileged
Yeah.
in the position I'm in to be able to play golf as much as I do,
Yeah.
either at my own golf club for my membership rates,
Yeah, or
or
wherever.
Heritage with you,
Yeah.
or at Rosanna, or wherever. And I'm happy to pay these prices,
Yeah.
and I'm privileged enough to do it.
Yeah.
But we're in a cost of living crisis, and I know that not everyone's experience, not
yeah.
everyone's financials are in the same position that I'm in.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of thinking for the majority of people,
Yeah.
what I see is, or what everyone might see is a bit absurd versus pretty normal.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of
So
course.
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to sit here and go, oh, I'm sick of paying $5.50 for a Gatorade. I am, but like, if I have to, I will.
Yeah.
Right?
If you want a Gatorade, you're
If
going
I
to buy
want a
the
Gatorade, I will. But I'm also, it's not going to stop me from going to find it's cheaper somewhere else.
No.
And
of
bring
course
my
not.
own from the
Of course
fridge at
not.
home,
Of
right?
course not.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that, look, there are some things that I think golf courses could change to make the overall experience of the everyday punter
Yeah.
who could potentially join up and be a member a bit better.
I think private golf clubs, since it is a member member facility,
Yeah.
guest fees I don't think should be adjusted really much at all because for example let's go for example at Rosanna and Heidelberg being such a high demand golf club with in terms of member base, it is such a busy place.
Yep.
Guest rates should never change. You're
Yeah.
taking up a spot, you're paying. You're
Yeah.
paying for the golf club.
Yeah.
And these member rates and like these members are paying more a week than you have for your one round.
Yeah,
So
correct.
suck it up.
Yeah.
But in terms of going to places sort of like Mandalay, in that one instance, it's a public area, it's a public place,
It's-
and you haven't played it at its full potential. So
It's more
why should you?
it's
pay
more
for it?
aimed at the public access golf course.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that includes Heritage, and then includes their private clubs or semi-private clubs that allow public access.
Yeah,
I
of
could ring
course.
Heritage tomorrow, not with you, and just go, yeah, I want to come and
Yeah,
play
you
next
can.
weekend.
I think it's more than 120.
Right, exactly. So that's just a
yeah.
public fee. And then there's guest fees,
Correct.
and they're different. But then it's also like the Peninsula golf courses. So Myrna Links, Cape Shank, the Dunes, all those down there.
Yeah.
It's the same thing applies because they rely heavily on public coming
Correct,
in
correct.
rather than their own membership keeping them afloat.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
So it's based on and aimed at those courses more than any other.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. I think that's a good spot to leave this topic. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Are we completely out of line? Are we sort of
We?
on the right track? Am I completely out of line? Because you agreed, dickhead. Let's
I agreed in terms of maybe a slightly different way to go about it.
yeah.
I don't disagree with how
And-
golf clubs go about it though.
And I'm a catastrophizer at the best of times, so I will go, right, it should be fucking free, regardless. Nah, this is how it should be. And then you'll like rein me back and go, no, dickhead, you don't know how it works, right? So I've adjusted my thought processes a little bit as we've been discussing it, right?
That's what I was doing right then. I'm like, I'm letting you have your spotlight, but I'm like, okay, there is reasons why they have them at that price.
Correct.
But I don't disagree with you.
Correct. And
If I
that's-
showed up to a place and I paid a fee, but the greens are cord, and there's 4 fairways that are GUR because it's wet, I'll be like, come on now.
Yeah.
You haven't given me the full experience. I
Yeah.
agree with that. I do agree with that.
So-
but in general, the costs of golf clubs, it is so hard to maintain a golf course.
Yeah.
And like you'd pay for it.
Of course.
Like that's sort of
That's
where I
just the
stand.
bottom line.
That's sort of where I
But
stand.
let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Get in the comments. Shoot us a message. Are we on the right sort of track, or am I on the right sort of track? Do I need to pull my head in and just understand that, you know?
Even if you did leave a sour taste in someone's mouth, I don't think you should. I don't think you need to at all.
No.
I don't think you're out of line at all.
Yeah.
That's just an opinion. And I bet you there's a lot of people that are on the same path going, I don't want to pay $140 to go play, maybe an amazing facility like Heritage or the Sandbelts or something like that. But I'm not paying $140 for golf.
No.
They might not see the full like appreciation of those sort of facilities as
Yeah.
much. And you're really starting to.
Yep.
And it's, you see condition rather than the actual whole thing itself. You concentrate a lot on condition.
Yeah.
Which is so easy to do. Like
But
everyone does it. Everyone
those
does it.
two things go hand in hand for me.
Of course.
I can appreciate one from the other.
Yeah.
With like together as one.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
if you played Royal Melbourne and the greens were slow,
no,
that would
it
leave a
wouldn't-
sour taste in your mouth.
No, not
I
really.
guarantee it will.
Okay, well, it might, but I'm also going. But Royal Melbourne's different. It'd be
Okay,
like, I'd be going.
let's go Commonwealth. If you went to Commonwealth and greens were slow,
Yeah, probably.
you probably go.
'Cause I
No,
don't know that
Commie's-
much-
You'd be like, no, Commie's shit.
Yeah, because I don't know that much about Commonwealth. Whereas like Royal Melbourne's Royal Melbourne, the President's Cup was there, right? You go, fuck, this is Royal Melbourne.
okay, I'll give you that. I'll
You know
give
what
you
I mean?
that. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
let's move on. We got to
give
get
you
a
that.
move on because I got places to be.
I think I've got a good one for you.
You're going second because mine's a little bit different, and it's bang on the topic that we've been talking about.
Yeah, hit me.
Would you rather
Hey, the would you rather? Yeah.
play at a local public track for free, and this is the only golf course you can play at, right?
This is very similar to my question.
Oh shit! Right?
Yeah, for
Would you
free.
rather play at your local public track? So
Can I choose?
yeah,
Okay.
pick one right now. Any local track, 5
Public course.
public course.
Eastwood.
Okay,
It's literally 100 meters from my front door.
right. And what's the green fee there?
No idea.
Okay, Eastwood.
Maybe
right.
maybe $60.
Okay,
I
sweet.
don't know. I don't
This
know.
is the only golf course now you can play if you choose this option.
Okay.
ever.
Okay.
Right, and you play it for free for the rest of your life in any condition that is presented to you.
Yeah.
Right.
So whenever I want, it's always free.
Yep.
Whenever I show up. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Or would you rather play at a top rated, like I'm talking top 10 in the country golf course, right? Knowing that it's a top 10 golf course in the country. Again, same sort of conditions, right? All throughout the year, but you're paying $200 every time. So the option is you play your local track that has the reputation of a local public track
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
for free,
Yeah. Yeah.
or you're playing PK for $200 a go, and it's PK.
Fuck, that's a great question.
Because there's the way I think of it, there's no way you could actually answer this question properly because you want to play
Both sort of stings you in the ass, don't it?
correct because you're confined to to Eastwood.
So do I answer this question in the current position I'm in now?
Right now,
Or is this
you-
speaking
No,
From-
no. What would Joel Mitchell on the 10th of September 2024 choose to do
for the rest of my life?
for the rest of your life? Nothing changes. You could rock up tomorrow, it's pissing down, the greens are cord, you're still paying $200 to play at PK. Or you're playing this Eastwood for nothing in the same conditions. But then
99% of me is telling me PK.
yeah.
99% of me is just because that's what I see. I see it as worth it. 100% see it as worth it.
But then would that price point determine how much you play?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play there 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
That's an expensive fucking week.
Yeah, correct.
But then again, I'd want to. Like, would I
want
only
to.
go play there once a week or once a fortnight?
Yeah.
Ah,
This is, yeah, I reckon this is one of the hardest questions I might have ever asked. Because I'd probably, I can't answer it because you'd want to do both.
like I like Eastwood. I don't mind that place.
Yeah.
It's a good little funky deck, and like it's pretty tricky actually. And the greens are usually pretty good.
Or even somewhere like Ivanhoe or Freeway.
Nah, if it was Ivanhoe or Freeway, I'm going PK.
Yeah.
But like Eastwood's a good deck. No, I think you fucked me here. I think you fucked me. Oh,
I would
You know
go-
what? I'm going. I'm going. Nah, I'm going PK.
You going PK?
Yeah.
I would do the same, but I'm playing 3 times a year.
I'm going PK
And
and
it
chipping in
sucks.
my backyard.
Yeah, it's fair.
Like
Hitting pills
I
off the
would,
roof.
I would have to make it a designated day of the week. If I'm okay, so $200 every time I, like, for example, play PK, I'd probably go either PK or Vic or Royal. It would
Yeah.
probably be one of those 3.
Yeah.
If I'm paying $200 every time I go to PK, can I go other places and pay a grand fee and play there? So I can't go anywhere else.
You got to choose one golf course forever, and the conditions are it's free at the local track or it's $200 at a quality of PK.
Fuck me dead.
Can't answer it. Fair enough. All right, hit me.
Can I still play tournaments?
Okay, I'll let you play tournaments. Then you're definitely going PK.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, I got to give you something.
Yeah. I was gonna throw me a bone.
It defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm on PK. Yeah,
I would
have to.
I'd have to go to PK too, but there's a big rope tied around my waist.
I would have to
that's
make-
pulling on me, going, "Come to Freeway, come on."
So I would have
For
to
free.
make. I would have to. Well, exactly. That's what I'm like. I can get good practice in.
Yeah. But then you
I
rock
can't.
up. But then, all right, imagine that you play every day at Eastwood for free, and then you go and play at fucking Tura Beach for NSW state champs.
Yeah, just I'm not equipped.
You're not
I won't
equipped.
be equipped.
Yeah.
Then no, I can't. As a professional, no, I can't. I
Fair
can't.
enough.
I would have to go PK, and I'd make a whole day of it. I would make one day a week where
And you're hitting up the sponsors,
I'm
being like, "I
getting-
need cash
I'm-
to play golf."
I'm getting up before the alarm goes off for the Sparrows. I'm getting up at 5 a.m. I'm
Playing
getting
36
down there
holes.
and I'm waiting at the gate like this, waiting for it to open.
Pay you $200
Cool,
and try and
there's
play.
me $200 and I'm in there till fucking the gate closes.
Mm.
I'm in there all day. And I'll make a day of it. Then I would say it is 100% worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's mine's PK and $200 every time I show up.
Sweet.
Yep.
All right, keep me with yours. Pretty similar by the sounds of it.
Would you rather?
Here we go.
This is like a not a controversial question.
Okay.
This is just going to see it as would you swallow your pride or would
Okay.
you suck it up?
Okay.
Or not even suck it up. Would you rather stay at Heidelberg but pay 10 grand a year or move to Rosanna for $1,000 a year? Would you move to Rosanna for only $1,000 a year? That's less than PGA
Nah.
rates. That's less
Nah.
than PGA rates.
Nah.
Or are you paying 10 grand at Berg?
Listen,
10 grand
I'm
at Berg.
keeping the rivalry strong. I'm paying 10 grand a year. I'm staying at Berg. Berg through and through. No one's ever deterring me away from that joint. Not even a bloody scummy Rosanna bloke like you. Nah, no chance. Absolutely not. I couldn't dare think of it. Here's the thing, right? I'm going to be open and honest. The polo that you're wearing right now, right? This is a story for you. The polo you're wearing right now, my mum bought me the exact same polo. Yeah. And I'm like, sick. This is a sick polo. Thanks,
It had
Mum.
RJC on it,
It's
didn't
got
it?
RJC on the. I gave it
I
back.
sold it to her.
I gave it back to her. I was like, I think I've actually still got it actually, but I'm like, I can't wear it. I tried it on and I'm like, oh, this is nice. No drums. I went, fuck. Rang her straight away. I'm like, it's got the Rosanna logo on it. I can't wear it ever.
It's a conflict of interest.
I can't wear it.
Oh, that's
But-
so funny.
No, I'm
It's
not.
so-
Look, it's very tempting. It's very tempting.
Oh, well, look,
and
that's what I mean.
$1,000 knowing that you're there, Raptors there, Rimmy's there. I've got some mates there.
My question was, how much do you love the joint? That's what that sort of meant.
Too much.
And
Too
because
much.
you love the place so much, and you like, and yeah, that's all it was.
Yeah. The answer
Oh.
is too much.
That was funny. That was funny. Oh, yeah,
look-
right. It's tempting though, isn't it? Like 10 grand a year is a lot.
I'm very tempted.
And a grand is nothing.
The grand is nothing. It's about a junior rate at Berg, 1,000
Yeah,
a year.
righto. Yeah.
No joining fee.
No.
Okay.
No joining fee.
I'm very tempted.
Nothing. You straight in. You're
be
signed
very
up
tempted.
tomorrow.
But I don't think I could live with myself.
But it's almost a grand a month at Berg, and it's $100, less than $100 a month.
Sacrifices need to be made, fella.
It's
I'm not
85
sure the missus will be happy. Where's all this
80
money going?
$85 a month it would be, something like that, as opposed to 900 or 850 or 900, whatever it would be.
Really?
Yeah,
Hold on. I'm doing
well,
the maths.
that's what it would be. 10,000 divided by 12.
10,000 divided by, I'm doing it by weeks.
By 52.
$192 a week to play at Berg.
If you only play a Saturday, there's your $200.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. As opposed to
$19.
it's weird.
It's so weird.
Yeah. It's fucked you a little bit, but but it's you're like a, it's not true blue Aussie.
We were standing on the tee box on
Berg.
Saturday.
True Berg. I don't know.
We were standing on the tee box of 9 on Saturday. Right? And the sun was just peeking through and it was nice and calm for a couple of minutes before the wind
It hit the
picked up.
heart a little bit, didn't it?
And I stood on the tee box as Michael was hitting his ball and I literally turned to one of the boys and I said, I fucking love this joint.
Brainwashed.
I fucking love this joint.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, no, I couldn't
Couldn't.
do it.
Nah. It's your first love.
My first love.
Yeah. It's your first love.
I've said it time and time again. It'll take a lot to draw me away from that place. I'll happily go and visit other places.
Oh, well, you always
I
do.
don't
You're
mind
always
coming
open.
to play at Rosanna.
You're open to anywhere.
Open to anywhere.
You play anywhere. Everywhere.
But home is where the heart is, and that place has got my heart.
There it is.
And until I win the lottery and join up at PK and Royal Melbourne and all the other joints and go live down the peninsula somewhere, then yeah. And I'd probably still keep my membership at Berg.
For 10 grand. Yeah.
Yeah, for 10 grand.
That
You
it?
know what? If I won the Tats Lotto tomorrow, 100 million, I'd still keep my membership at Berg, go buy a house down on Mornington Peninsula
Well,
somewhere,
yeah.
and I'd still drive the hour and a half on a Wednesday to come play at Berg. Why not?
I couldn't do it.
I could.
Yeah, right.
Happily.
Yeah. Well, you've won 100 million. You're driving a fucking Maserati, so you'd
Yeah.
be right.
I'll just try and take a private jet.
Yeah, facts. You're taking his helicopter. Yeah, facts. All right, I think it's game time at the G. We need to go.
It's very, very close to. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in this week.
was
It's
a
been an
good
absolute
discussion,
pleasure.
that one.
That was a great one, I really feel like. Let us know what you think about the golf is expensive chat we had in today's episode. Send us a message, leave a comment, all that kind of stuff. We'd like to hear what you've got to think and what you've got to say. Again, tune in for future episodes on YouTube and Spotify. Be sure to like and subscribe. Leave us a like, comment, all that kind of jargon. Check out our socials as well, TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, send us a message. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Hit them very well. And we'll chat to you next week. Cheers.
Ciao, ciao.